three that come to mind are the Cardinals, the Raiders, and the Falcons. Cardinals and Raiders are kind of in a similar situation, right? Like they need someone to change the paradigm. To have Caleb Williams is going to be a franchise changing quarterback, and he can do that for the Falcons too. But someone to help them gain ground and make waves in their division. The division is so competitive, and he can do that for them. What's interesting with both of these teams, and I'll start with the Cardinals, despite what they're saying in Arizona, the relationship between Kyler and the organization, the front office, it is all but broken. Now, It was funny because I was talking to Ed Smith, who's also on the Believe Network, but does a weekly radio show in Arizona. He was like, they're hugging, they're saying all the right things, but I think what they're going to do is cave for Caleb, quote unquote, because I see this organization day in, day out, and it's not good. Things are not good there. So he wants out, they want out, and it seems like the right fit there. Same kind of thing for the Raiders, right? Like no one we had Carr, and it was like no one really bought in. And then they've got Jimmy G, but he's still coming off that injury. So like you could kind of put Caleb into the same bullet points there. And then the Falcons, it's just like, we believe in Desmond Ridder. Was our third pick. We're not going to have anyone compete against him. We love him. We're like lifting him up, but like we have no competition, which is just such an interesting way to go about it. But they have really good picks around him. And so they're kind of a good quarterback away from being really solid. And it was just a few years ago that they were there. I mean, I'm looking at the year. It's like not that long ago that they were in the Super Bowl. So with Kyle Pitts, Bijan Robinson, Drake London, you kind of got the pieces. And then you have like this run first offense with Caleb Williams being so electric. Arthur Smith's offense might be a good fit. So kind of a three-pronged approach to my list of choices.
Vegas makes a lot of sense to me because you've got Jimmy G, and Jimmy G is already an injury concern for this team.
Yeah.
However, there is an argument to be made, and I don't mean to be the, speculative conspiracy theory type or anything, but the league would love to see the Las Vegas market have a star player there. And that's nothing against Derek Carr or even Devontae Adams, but I think they would love to see that marketplace explode. And if you put the number one overall pick there, especially a quarterback, a guy in Caleb Williams who's drawing comparisons to Patrick Mahomes, which I think is unfair to put on a kid, but we'll see how he does. Man, that could be a real boon for the league. I think the Falcons also make a ton of sense to the points you were just making. I also think, staying within that same division, this Buccaneers team is going to be rough this year.
Yeah.
And I see a world where they not cave for Caleb, but they're just some bad Bucks, and they just wind up in that situation because it's Baker Mayfield or Kyle Trask, and neither of those guys inspire a lot of confidence. The receiving core is aging. Yes, you have Mike Evans, and yes, you have Chris Godwin, but it's just not the same Buccaneers team that Tom Brady was navigating that went to a Super Bowl. They seem like they've regressed. And also another one I throw out there is a dark horse because they also regressed last year. If things go worse, the LA Rams. And naturally, the USC guy in Los Angeles would make a ton of sense. But I think there's a bunch of teams around the league. Obviously, the Texans got their guy for now in CJ Stroud. Atlanta, Desmond Ridder, it feels a lot like what Jalen Hurts went through, not this past season, but the season before. It was kind of a prove-it year. Hey, maybe you can do this, but we got to see you do it.